Alright, so we're going to jump in here, drive around for a second, just need to check the stream is going well. Be right back. Looks like we're good to go here. Again, hit me up in the chat if you want to know anything or see anything special. Let's see the achievements. We've got, it's called David. There we go. Use the B130 to tow 7310 for 50 meters in pull mode. So what that means is when we go into the winch here, we have to pull it in pull mode, so the other truck can't be on. Essentially, is what that means. So basically, this little guy is going to have to do it all by himself, and since he can barely get through this mud, it's going to be a challenge, as they say. Alright, so let's head on down here, up, down, straight through here. It seems like a decent area to give it a shot in, so we'll see if we can do it. If we can't do it here, then I'm probably just gonna leave that achievement for another day. Like, just stage it on like a paved road or something like that. No, we need to go up. Not a good sign. Oh, I'm supposed to flock his off, that's true. Oh, we're supposed to go down. This is why there's an achievement for this guy, because this little guy kind of sucks. I don't know if having weight on the back here would help. I assume not, just because that's less that it has to carry, you know? But I may be wrong, and the weight would help it grip the ground a little bit, but I've made a decision here. So here's our beautiful, beautiful 7310, which we're going to rescue here in just a second. And then we'll get to see what kind of goodies we can play around with it. Put all sorts of mods on there. This seems like a reasonable place. Alright, let's turn around, take a look at it here. Is that too far? Yeah, it's too far. Alright. So let's put an attachment onto there. We are in pull mode there. Wow, not at all. Okay, so we... Oh, wow. Not in the slightest. Let's try and back up. Get a running start as it is. Oops, damaged. I mean, it was moving there. Yep, looks like we're gonna have to try it another time. So let's X out of that. Let us jump in the 7310. And we're just gonna rescue to the garage here. Okay, so we have 200 liters of fuel because that's all it's gonna give us. We have beacons. Nice, fun log cart. For, I assume, those look like medium logs right there. We have the tractor, we can do a cistern semi-trailer. Oh, that'd be fun. And the utility attachment of 400 repair points, but it also has, look at that, it's got a an actual, like, what am I trying to say here? Oh, listen to that sound. That is hot. But it has an actual, like, tow truck hitch on the back of it. It's so big I can't even... Wow, we did that space when we used 2 liters of fuel. Sheesh. Yeah, it's got an actual tow hitch. So this can carry logs, but... Oh yeah, we're gonna use this guy for sure. Let's go advanced mode. Yeah. Oh, sweet. We have anchors and everything? Hell yeah, extend the anchors. Oh, nice. We got a crane? Is there a crane seat? No? I'm trying to find what... Oh. Looks like we have a normal hitch source. We also have this winch out there. Can we turn it? Nothing seems to work. That is a powerful winch there, guys. Let's release. I feel like we can move the cranes. Maybe not. Maybe I'm just crazy. But those anchors, whew. And we can pull things towards it with super ease. Could have sworn. No? No? Nothing? Alright. Doesn't appear that you can move the crane at all. Trying. Maybe there's... Let's try some controls here real quick. No, not really. Okay. So not a lot of options there, but that's still fun. Oh, there we go. Let's see. Oh, this is gonna be fun. All right, so what we're gonna do here is go down here. We're gonna drive to the fuel thing, fuel up, because we only get 200 out of the... Nope. This thing takes 800 liters of fuel. So let's go to the garage. And let's do, instead of the utility attachment, let's do beacons, yes. What can we do log cart wise? Looks like we can do mediums here. It's not too bad, 2 loads. Though let's do the cistern semi-trailer. Alright, we have to have a tractor. So we're going to be hauling this beast of a thing behind us. Now, of course, it's not loaded up yet, so... Okay, we have to cross the river first off. That's our first challenge. Let's try up here. Straight up. Fuel's over there. It would be safer to go around this way. A lot shorter to go this way. Let's try this way. We can always just back out. Whatever. Pull ourselves out of it with a huge winch that we have. And straight over the fuel. Oh, listen to that. That is a beautiful sound right there. Pretty sure that the power wheels are the front ones this time. Mostly in the trucks it's these back wheels that gain power. So if I turn, yeah, definitely these are spinning too freely. Oh, maybe not. Maybe these are the power wheels again. But you notice that the front two sets of wheels both turn when we steer, though it is a bit of a slower process. Taking the mud like nothing is in its way. Ah, oh, this is such a joy to drive already. So the plan is to haul the fuel cistern all the way to the log loading area, splash it down in here, and then leave it there so I can drive this guy back and forth and not have to worry about picking up fuel in a lot of places. Looks like we're kind of at an angle here. This may have been a poor decision. We are literally underwater. I have no idea how we're not flooded right now. We're already in warning for fuel. And we've gone maybe 400 meters. We're on a 1 liter of fuel for 10 meters ratio right now. That seems pretty economical. Well, looks like we got through that just fine. It was actually really deep. Oh yeah. Listen to that purr. That is fun. Oh, looks like the rear wheels are our power source. So the all-wheel drive is coming from the front there. So you can put how much fuel you want in there at a time. We're just going to fill up the whole dang thing, because I think we're going to use a significant portion of it. So now we have to figure out how we're going to get out of here, which I think involves going up here. How much do we trust this back road area? Well, the other option's a really long way around, so let's give it a shot. See if we can go through here, and we'll see. Just taking damage randomly. You can see how slowly the wheels turn here. Not super responsive, but I'm pretty sure this thing can haul it anything anywhere. I don't know if the D series, since this is the E series, pretty much the baddest vehicle in the game, if the D series has any more or less options, because this had only a few options. Let's just make the turn here. We're gonna have to back up real quick. Okay, fine. We'll just go forward still. The trailer's probably stuck on something, to be perfectly honest with you. Just want to angle the cab. How bad did that get? Not too bad. We are going to make it going this way. All-wheel drive is already on. Ooh, around that tree. Not the greatest turning radius. That's fine. It's fine. We'll be fine. The wheels do take quite some time to turn, so it's not a quick response vehicle like I was saying. Here we go. Nice. Looks like a pretty nice, pretty good path so far. Again, the so far is always important. Only 32 liters of fuel a minute. I don't know how that's possible, but we're using it. Oh, bridge here. Didn't see that was a bridge. Don't fall off. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Whew. If the back of the trailer had slid off the bridge there, that would have been painful. What's that Robert Frost problem? Camp on 2 roads in the wood. That shows the one less traveled. However, I think we should take the one more traveled this time. Now mind you, we're going to have to come back up here without this load, of course, but with a log trailer. Because when I get to drive around this thing, I'm not going to drive anything else. Is it unpractical for these tight turns? Yes. Do I care? Absolutely not. Because it's going to keep going over these boulders. We'll just drag the boulder. I mean, that would high center almost anything else. We're still going to get over it. Oh, love these things. That's the edge of the map right there. Probably want to see a little bit more where I'm going. Ooh, there's a lot of mass behind us, guys. There's not a lot of time to guess where I'm going here. That seemed to be okay. Doing good, doing good. Haven't had to winch out of anywhere yet. Again, to remind you, we are carrying 3,200 liters of fuel behind us. And tossing around like no business. Okay, so finally got some rocky terrain here. It is a little bit challenging. Again, the last time I went through this was in the A Series Jeep. We're gonna do this though. May have to winch because I think we're high centered. Oh no, it's just this gigantic kink with the trailer. I mean, how close do we have to be to fuel up, really? Oh, there's a winch source. Let's see if that tree can even handle it. Yes, and the winch is ever powerful. So we are going to put it right over here. So when I drive through this area down here, we'll have an easy place to go and fuel up. Alright, is that enough? Probably go a little bit farther. Under some power lines, it seems like a good place to stash hundreds of, like, probably more than a ton of fuel. Oh. There we go. Alright, so advanced. Detached trailer. Ka-thunk. There wasn't an option to park it. I mean, you guys saw there was nothing we could do there. Just drop it on the ground. Oh, no damage incurred. Let's see here. We could just jump back down. That'd probably be the easier way to do it, since there's going to be a lot of manual driving ahead here. So I think we'll just jump back down to the garage here, where we're going to do the log cart. Remove the 4320 out of the way here. So keep clicking on it. Extremely faithful truck, this one. But we have our pretty toys. So I have no idea if this is going to carry, what kind of logs this will carry. It looks like it's going to carry mediums. So we'll just do 2 runs of that. I mean, we'll have to do 2 runs regardless of what type we use. Let's be faster to lumber. Probably just this route. So we'll go up and over and up and over and over, up. And we'll just follow this one all the way up. There's my red line. Okay, just get it over there. Oh, for crying out loud. Sometimes you do dumb things, guys. Alright, I'm going to quickly just check the stream real quick. Make sure we're all good to go there. Yep, looks like we're doing just fine. So we're going to jump back in here. So we're going to head out here, going to collect a bunch of logs, and then we're going to do some nice journeys. And we're going to be able to fill up along the way since we have the cistern already staged down there. It's probably way more fuel than we'll ever end up needing. We could have probably put like a utility trailer up there as well, but you can't detach a utility trailer on this guy, so that's all fine by me. Surprisingly limited amount of options on the truck here, but it is still a delight to drive. You can get this thing anywhere. Yeah, almost no difference right now. We're on the paved road. Well, paved, of course, being smooth. In this case, not actually paved. There are paved roads, but not in this map. We did in the previous 2 maps, which is kind of surprising. Oh. This is great. That sound. A whine to it right now. Imagine driving one of these. Oh, fantastic. That angle. There we go. Notice also one thing to notice, which we can see right here, is notice that the front end of the vehicle is aimed upwards. So if you're in somewhere trying to drive up and it's super thick, this pushes everything out of the way as opposed to it having a flat front. which makes things a lot easier when you're trying to slog through a bunch of, heavy mud and things like that. Here's some very heavy trucks here. Again, massive horsepower potential and massive load carrying capability as well. It looks like we're going to travel down a nice little depression here. Are we going to go through the water? Of course we're going to go through the water. Why wouldn't we go through the water? That's what it's all about. Splashing through puddles. Up and around, no trouble, not even slowing down. We're still in second gear for. Normally it'd be slogging, just dragging through this sort of mud. Grinding it out in first gear. Oops, is that where I'm supposed to go here? Oh no, pretty close. Up, up. And of course we have to cross the entirety of the map to deliver our logs here, so that's going to be one heck of a journey going on. I think you should be able to see the front end in action here. A little bit, look, we're too wide. Yeah, see how it just kind of smooths down the mud as opposed to getting pushed right in front. It allows us to keep going a lot more smoothly. We had that kind of front face, which all the other trucks do. Again, this is the E Series 7310 that we're driving right now. There is a D Series that looks very similar. It's the only other D Series, if I'm not mistaken. Most of the trucks in the game here are C Series. There's a couple of B Series trucks, most notably the B130, which is that small truck we tried to haul this guy with. And then, of course, there's the 1A Series, which is the Jeep that we do all our scouting. We're on our way to go pick up some logs, of course, to make one half, most likely. We're gonna have to take 2 trips, so probably just one half of the load here. So it's a bit dissimilar to what we drove through last time. For some damage. Good job, Self. All right. Right behind us as well, by the way. Hence the trouble we're going. We could just winch out of this. What the hell is this thing? Oh, yeah, I guess. Probably should have taken it right over there. It would have been a lot easier. Probably driving up the tree. Not the easiest route. There we go, up and over. And we'll go down through here. That would have been a lot easier if we just gone around those trees, but that's fine. We made it without hardly any trouble, really. Yeah, just after midnight, almost 0100. I go back and forth on the beacons. I kind of like them. They do somewhat take away the night vision, which is a little. We still get a decent amount of. Plus, I think they're a bit more realistic. I mean, you probably want them on some of this size driving around. in the middle of the forest, especially with a driver like, you know, someone like me, prone to my purpose. Wait, where are we going at? Wait, where did it come up? That's weird. Okay, so it's back up here a little bit. That's where we're going to go. I thought that was pretty familiar. So we're going to go pick up our logs, and then we'll go grab some more fuel. Stuck here again. Yeah, it's fine. We'll winch out. Thinking we'd stuck on the rocks because the rocks are extremely difficult to overcome in this game. Yeah, we'll just drive up and over some of those logs. No big deal. I assume we'll be able to take medium logs here and short logs. I don't think we're going to be able to take long logs. Though if we can, we will. Just missed that. Could watch where we're going in the back, but that's, you know. Big enough, we'll just knock over anything that's back there. Alright, building doesn't want to play. So seriously, again, who builds these lumber stages? They're so small, so hard to turn around in. Any sort of sized vehicle here. Gotta wait for the vehicles to turn, wheels to turn. We can't do long logs. That's too bad. But we can do mediums. 4 load points. Oh, they barely extend over the back of the vehicle. That's awesome. Alright. Let's head on out here. Now we got our logs. We'll go grab some fuel. We have used 5/8, more than 5/8 of the fuel. Just bringing it up here and then drive it back up here. So maybe it's a good thing we brought the cistern. Be able to fuel up from it. Can we not? Oh. I guess we can't. I guess it has to be attached to a truck or something like that. Could have swore we could just use that. Can we change truck to the cistern? No, can we? Cannot drive it. That's extremely astute observation. Cannot drive it. Alright, well then we'll just have to get by with the fuel that we have to drive a really long ways. I think what we'll just try and do is go up and down and say hi to the Type A, all the way back down and just into the objective area somewhere. Might go through here, might just take the same path around. I think that's going to be our game plan here, guys. So dink, 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 over and down, down through there, push out through here, and then, you know, go down there and just have a happy little drive, get some happy little trees, maybe take some happy little screenshots on our way. That's a bit disappointing that the fuel thing didn't work out. So once we dump this load, we'll just rescue back to the garage, drive up to the fuel tank again, and then load back up. Because we're using 32 liters a minute of fuel. That ends up being a lot of gas, you know? Or diesel in this case. go. To feel where the wheels are. Driving like this, you can't see exactly what's going on. You can't see how much you're twisting. Torque in the truck. Angle, basically. You're twisting here, twisting there. You're gonna flip over it like that. But you can see where you're going the best. Just can't tell which way you're gonna be attacking. We drop this load, unless the thing obscene happens, we'll just do the episode switch then. This area, this should be freewheeling. I hope we have some fun on the plains. That big open area, that should be pretty fun to drive on, I hope. It was in the A series Jeep. And we'll see if there's any like weight difference, well, I mean, gigantic weight difference, but we'll see if the terrain responds to that, or if it's gonna be you know, solid enough like it is here to just drive on like crazy. Headlights down here. See where we're aiming. Just checking if you could turn the beacons on. But it's coming up on dawn here, so I think we'll be okay. Yeah, let's do some driving here. Up. Let's just kind of give ourselves a guideline here, very basic. Always best just having some sort of idea where you're going, especially in like the fog like this when you can't really see. Oh yeah, we were definitely making tracks in the plains here. I mean, you can see that there's no track on where the Jeep went, but there is a rather significant track on where we're going. Just busted in that front end there. See, kicked out the windshield there. I'm not sure if this vehicle has a gear higher than 3, to be perfectly honest with you. Definitely digging at ourselves a trail here. So if we came back with the A Series Jeep, we'd probably have some pretty sweet divots to try and drive over. Driving here with no like struggle to it. You know, just easy driving over the plains. Leave some trenches behind you. ridiculous fuel usage, goodness gracious. Up and over. Go, boom. Pretty big divot back there. Hey, looks like we shouldn't have a problem here. Hey Tarsign, how you doing? Good to see you. The goal of the game, you know, the stated objective is to deliver logs from their place of cutting to their place of delivery. Though this is a definite, the journey is more important than the destination kind of the game. Really the goal is to get yourself stuck and then unstuck in a whole bunch of muddy situations like this one. Because I didn't see that there was a little bridge there that we did fall off. We almost flipped ourselves 2 seconds away from checking. So as you can see, there's an objective. We have the load of logs here, so here we are. And unload there. So now we got 4 load points there. So now we're gonna go back to the garage here. Then we'll drive up to the fuel yard again. We'll go grab some more fuel, and then we'll take another drive. So go back to the garage here. Turn off the beacons this time. And we get tractor utility system. So yeah. So we do have 400 repair points there. That'd be the log cart. Good, we got that installed. We'll head on out. Again, I think we're going to take... which route from there? Ah, from Switzerland. Fantastic. Should be pretty early in the morning there, if I'm not mistaken. No, a little bit later in the day. Like mid-morning. I think we're going to drive this guy. What we'll do is probably go just to see something different. Go up this way this time. Follow this route along here to see what this road is like. Once we hit up here, we'll probably snap back this way and head up over here. We may take this way this time. Again, we'll just see what's possible. It's about 8 a.m. Fantastic. That's our son. Thanks for watching. Glad you're liking it. Again, I've got a couple other episodes here on Twitch, and a couple more are going to be on YouTube soon once I've cleaned them up. Of the other levels we've done, this is the 3rd level that we're experiencing here. It's the first one that we've gotten to play with a super heavy truck like the E-Series here. So I'm definitely using it as much as possible. We've gotten plenty of use out of the C and B series trucks previously, and of course our lovely A series Jeep. Just rolling through that mud, just nearly swamped several other vehicles. So here we go. God, I love playing with big toys like this. Driving something like this it's so different from driving the trucks, because you can just attack things you normally wouldn't be able to. I mean, you couldn't even look at some of this other stuff. But here we are hauling logs, you know, up through steep inclines and tough mud without using winches, you know, without having to do anything. Only those dastardly rocks are the ones that challenge this vehicle. I should go back, you're right, and check if the tracks left by this truck are still there in the plains, and if the Jeep can, you know, maybe get some air or something. I think once we get some fuel, we'll go check with the Jeep. Apparently I'm smashing my front end against the wall there. Thought I'd... Right. Again, one thing about having your front end stick way out over the wheels is that the wheels do not grip before your front end. So we're going to end up using about 600 liters of fuel on basically a trip up and a trip back down. There are 2 trips up to the logging station and then 1 trip to the objective. Oh, yep, that makes sense. And crush through all the brush here. It's never stopped me before. Won't stop me now. So I think what we'll do... Yeah, once we get the fuel, we'll check back on the Jeep. We were supposed to switch episodes, but we'll just keep it rolling here. See how much air we get off that small rock there. That's why the rocks are sometimes the hardest part of it. Yeah, making a very slow turn. Don't want to smash. Ah, just hook the edge. Okay. Got some ramshackle huts here. Falling into disrepair. Oh, we didn't get fuel, guys. That was dumb. Didn't even think about that. Okay. We'll try and make it. If we need to run out some fuel to him, we'll do that. It's like, man, I could have swore that was right by the lake, which we completely bypassed. Okay, well, speaking of which, since we said we were going to do it, let's just jump back into the Type A, little Jeep here. Try and go find some tracks. Those look like... yeah. There they are. Those are the tracks from the big truck. Let's see if we can cross them, maybe get some... Nah, hardly a bump. Alright. That would have been fun. But we do see that the game does save all of the area of where you go. So, if you deform some mud pretty badly, it'll remember that. And so the next time you try and go through there, you better follow the same path. What we're going to try here is something special. Try and get a little bit of speed going. Nope, totally lost that. And we ditched it. Oh wow. Still might make it across. Just fooling around here, really. See if I can get away with driving. I was gonna try and like get some speed and kind of go off a ramp or something, like, you know, get some air in this little guy. But looks like that's not in the cards here. So back to the big rig. Okay, and here's our two roads area. We're just going to take the other one this time. See how good of a decision this was. Again, probably not, but we'll still somehow fit this guy through here. Oh, those trees Oh, can't push down those. Okay, so we got ourselves wedged in there pretty good, so we'll have to winch out here. No, I'm not entirely sure what we winched on either, but... Oh, there's that. There we go. Alrighty, come on. We can climb up without having to go into all-wheel drive mode. Kind of forgot. I mean, I know where we're going, but how to get there the best way. So it is up that way. Yeah, we'll just head back up this way. Up, over, there. So our natural nemesis, the rocks, we'll probably have to throw it into, yeah, to all-wheel drive mode. It's getting to drive the old Soviet trucks. Again, we've gotten stuck here almost every time. I think it's a rock that's in the middle of the road there that we keep getting fixed on. That cistern of fuel staring me down. I'd forgotten that you have to, you can't park that kind of trailer. You have to still be attached to a vehicle for it to be used. So we'll have to drive another truck out there and give this guy some fuel, because it is certainly looking like we're going to need to fill up on the way there, considering that we have less than 200 liters, and considering that we're using it mostly at a ratio of, I'd say on average, about 20 liters a minute. That doesn't give us much time. We don't need to be that far into the area. Turn around here. We're going to grab some medium logs here, since that's the only one we can carry. Again, medium logs are the most common ones to carry. They give us 4 points out of the 8 that we need to deliver. The short logs give you 2, and the long logs give you 6 points there. Short one's pretty short. They're probably only to maybe the 3rd rung there. The long logs are extremely long. So load up there. We'll head on out. So we're going to take a pretty similar approach to getting out. Goodness gracious, look how deep this mud is. And similar path. I think we might get there on fumes if we're lucky. Otherwise, we're going to be needing a bit of a rescue there. Fuel delivery, which is definitely possible. Shouldn't be difficult to run some down there. Could, of course, try and make a pit stop at the other garage, but I'd rather make kind of a direct route down and you know, just deliver the cargo. Deliver the trees through the other trees into the tree pit. And we are down to red fuel. Try and use all-wheel drive only when we need it. Driving along the pathway here. Again, not too tough. Again, not much to get stuck in here. Again, the most troublesome part of the entire trip was probably that small bridge at the very end of it. Over here, down to here, up and down, down over here. That's where that bridge was, right there. Oh, can't put that many knocks there. Tarzan, how'd you hear about Spintires here? It's not a very well-known game. Obviously, doesn't have a lot of people streaming it here or anything like that. So, always fun to see people who enjoy the same games. Let's come around the bend here. Just want to make sure we're not running up on anything here. So, pretty good. Gotta make sure I'm not gonna unbalance myself. Nope, looks like we should be good to go. Again, not having a kind of a hinge in the middle basically makes it a pretty stable platform. When you're going up and over hills, it kind of just goes up, crests, and then comes back down the other side. So you can use all-wheel drive if you need more power and things like that. Liters. Almost full load on most other vehicles. Really want to be in gear 2. Gear down. Just trying to save some fuel here. May not be. It's possible to drive, probably. It's fine, I can definitely reach it. Take that. Should be. Oops, installed the engine. You can drive pretty much any of the older Soviet vehicles. There's probably 20 of them in the game. As soon as I'm done here, I'll be able to go to the next map and I'll show you the vehicles that we're able to choose from. Probably take 15 minutes or whatever. Drive down there. So there's a there's a Jeep, there's a kind of a utility truck or two, and then there's several semi-trailer. Kind of the Euro Truck Simulator kind of vehicles, your big semis there. A lot of those, and then there's a decent amount of kind of heavier military trucks, like 6x6 trucks, and there's 2 of these 8x8 vehicles. 8x8, of course, being because there's 8 wheels on there, and all of them can drive. Some of the vehicles are, not all the wheels can drive, or drive, all of them can drive, of course. Not all of them can ride power. We are kind of monopolizing this one just because I like driving these behemoths the most. Ooh, it's going to be really close. I don't know if we're going to make this much fuel. We're going to keep all the drive off. Playing with the manual gearbox here is tough. You've got first gear in here, and then the dots on there are how much power you're giving it. These are your reverse ones, and same, the farther down the column you get, the more power you're giving it. Up here is kind of revving the engine. I'm not really sure how to use that area still, and that just gets into your kind of automatic gearbox, which we've been playing in for most of the time. I'm going to kind of keep it in first gear here to kind of conserve fuel a little bit. Second gear gives me a little bit more speed, and uses probably at least double, if not a little bit more than double the fuel, for not more than double the speed. When we're this low in fuel, I'd rather not have to send another truck all the way out there just to gas them up. I mean, we will if we have to. It's going to be a lot faster than trying to do a whole nother load, but it'd be cool if we could make it. Again, this usage gives us about 10 minutes of fuel. Not the most thrilling, but we're already making a turn here, so we're probably halfway through the plains here. Got down to 3 liters a minute. That's the lowest this will go. Nice. It's just, you might as well just be pouring it out the side of the window as you drive. Again, taking a look behind us, we are definitely seeing the trench divots that we're leaving behind. Again, with this much weight on there, it's not surprising. I didn't think it'd get that low. So we should be good. I might just throw it in automatic again. There we go. We can see our fuel usage jumps back up into the mid to high teens. Oh, gear 3, okay. Not too bad. As long as we stay out of gear 2, we should be okay. Now come the knobs here. This will be a little challenging. Around the knob a little bit more. Just don't want to flip. That would suck. Going all this way just to drop the load. But I've done it before. It's pretty aggravating, I'll be honest with you. So as long as we don't do that on the bridge here, we should be good. Looks like we'll make it on fuel too. Ding, ding, and up to the objectives. So just down here is the last barrier to our entry, which is the small bridge, which is right in front of us. These are sort of helpful, but also pretty annoying, because if you don't hit them pretty much spot on, you're gonna flip your load. But it appears that we made this one. Let's put on some celebration action here, because we just finished another level. That's the river, the coast, and now the plains, all complete. Boom! Excellent. Thanks guys for watching. We're going to take a quick trip to the main menu so we can see what kind of trucks we can play around in the next mission, which is going to be, we've been going down, it looks like Volcano is going to be our next mission there, then Flood, then the Hill. So we'll pick Volcano, and we can see, I'm going to change this truck. So we see here all of the trucks that we can play around with. I like always having the Jeep here to mess around with. It's a great scout vehicle. It can get a lot of places the other trucks can't here. The B66 is another nice utility truck. It's a 4x4 model, and then we see it's got a couple of different ones. I've got a couple mods in there, just allowing for some different trucks. The certified mods are the ones released by other people that have been working with it. We can see the front-facing truck here has got a lot of the same, basically just color schemes essentially. The 6520 and the 6520 in blue and orange, and this one back here are both. They don't have all-wheel drive, so the front two tires will never receive power. It's going to all be in these back sets of tires, which can be troublesome when you're trying to get, like, you're kind of stuck in the back, you're trying to go up a hill, or you're trying to turn. Those lose a lot. Well, down here, the 6522, in its varied, multiple color schemes and such down here. Or the 22 here, yeah, and you can see they have better tires, and they only have single tires in the back. But these are kind of highway tires, you can see, and then you can see the difference in the stuff down here. Down here we have our larger vehicles, our E series vehicle, which we're just playing around with, and our two D series vehicles, which are other ones. Hopefully we'll see those here in the next map in Volcano. The K700 is kind of like just a rescue tractor. What it can do is has a huge winch and a huge engine, so it can pull basically anything out of anything. We've used a lot of the C255. We've used a lot of that guy. We've used a lot of the C4320. Those are really capable trucks with tons of mods on there. And we've used a little bit of the C series, like the 20 and the 22s. And we've used a little bit of the B66. The B130 is your other one-point truck. It's pretty shit, I'll be honest with you. Not much you can use out of that. So that's why using these ones are so fun. So we'll see what vehicles we get here. I can't even remember which one we started on here, so let's just drag back onto there. B66, 4320. So we start with the 4320, which is good. That's a good truck there. Do we even need another one? I don't really think so. We could try... nah. And we could just put the K700 in there just to have it. And that'll max out our game balance. So the game balance is how much stars worth of trucks you can start off with. They always have about the same amount of stars, but that's how much you get. So we're going to try starting with the C4320. It's a really useful all-around utility truck. We're going to start with the K700 just to mess around with. It's not that useful, to be honest with you. I'm actually going to not start with it just to get some more points. And then the A. Always going to start with the A truck. And then we'll unlock a bunch of different vehicles in here. So let's start the new game. And then as soon as we take a look at the quick map, we'll call this an episode, and that's probably going to be it for this setup here. But we can see driving around this guy, pretty nice. But if we change truck to the C, so we see that we have a ton of mods available here. We can put carriage for trucks. We can put a log cart out there for bigger ones. We can have a fuel cistern. We can have garage parts to unlock the garage. We can have a tractor for hauling big semi-trailers and stuff like that. And the utility semi-trailer is pretty fun. You can hold a ton of stuff like that. And then just the utility trailers. You can have a bunch of trailers as well with the garage trailer and everything like that. And the cart with the crane is fun. The cart with the crane is good because you can load up logs out in a log part, and you can actually load logs that you just find in random places. So it looks like here we have a lumber area down there, a lumber area over here with some fuel. That's cool. The kiosk is where you have to load up yourself. The lumber is where it gets delivered onto, like we just saw. A garage in the middle there, an objective up top. It appears that's probably our volcano right there, as we can see the terrain model a little bit. And it appears that we have a pretty big, pretty steep area there. So it's going to involve a lot of climbing. We're probably going to have to use a little winch quite a bit here, but we'll probably start by going down here, unlocking some cloaking. and heading out to the fuel area. But that's going to be it for this episode, guys. Again, thanks for watching. Give me a follow, subscribe, depending on the method you're watching me. We'll be on with some more Spintires in the next couple of days, and we should see all this soon. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.